So pay close attention because this really will blow your mind. Okay, right, mate?
Thank you. Thanks for the build-up, Paul. Put me under pressure there. Yeah, my name's Paul Strickland. I'm actually Paul Lynch's brother-in-law, and we've had lots of I've worked with Paul quite a few times in the past in a number of different things, and basically Paul approached me a few months ago, and he mentioned about doing something with Facebook that was different but could generate huge amounts of traffic. So it's something that he said, do you want to take it on? And I certainly did. And the results that we've had over the last 3, 4, 5 months are absolutely mind-blowing. And I'm going to share with you some of the results that we have, some of the successes we've had. And it's kind of a strategy and a system that we've developed that's enabled us to get these results. So just a little bit about myself. Young family. I've got a son and a daughter, aged 8 and 5 years old. We love our holidays. I'm sure we all do in the room. I'm sure we've all got our own goals and our own reasons why we want to be successful, and probably are successful. Lots of you in your own business as it is, but they're my goal right there. So I want to do well. I want to be able to provide for my children, give them lots of opportunities to do things, whatever they want in life when they're older, university, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of my goal, and that's why I'm working with Paul, and then obviously giving you the opportunity to work with me as well in terms of my mentoring and working through the system that we've developed. My background, I'm actually a primary school teacher. So background's in education, which I think certainly helps in the mentoring role and be able to help educate and understand how people learn. And obviously that gives you as an opportunity, for me to when I do mentor people and give them the benefits of I know how people learn and I can help them make the most of when they do learn. There I am with a class of 30 little darlings who were all we're actually doing a science investigation there. And as a primary school teacher, one of the things that you actually pick up really quickly is how to spot certain characters within the room. So I'm just looking at the troublemakers, certainly the ones that stand out. So I'm just looking around the room now. There's quite a few standing out, actually. So that's my background. I do enjoy teaching, and I enjoy helping people learn. That's one of the things that I've always enjoyed doing, and I've certainly done that within my career as a primary school teacher. But one of the problems with being a primary school teacher is financially, it doesn't give me the opportunity to do what I mentioned when I showed you the previous slide, is provide things for my family and for my children as they grow up, that gives them what they want to do. And in the back of my mind going forward, I'm thinking university and the costs that are involved, and I want to give my children the opportunity to be able to do that if they want to do it. And with the way Tony was talking before about inflation rates, and it's been in the news a lot with teachers' salaries, it's been over the last 6 or 7 years, they've been completely frozen. So in real terms, my wife's a teacher as well, and for our household, that actually means that in real terms, every single year that goes by, we're actually worse off and poorer because inflation's rising and the teacher's salary isn't. And that's meant that I've been looking for other things to do, and that's obviously where this system's come in, that provides that massive opportunity. In terms of my background in teaching, I think it goes hand in hand that, I can help educate other people on how to use this system and how to make it work. And the system that I'll share with you is, it can work in any niche. You mentioned, was it goalkeeping gloves? There's a massive opportunity for you with that. It can be any kind of business, whatever you own, whether it's a bricks and mortar business, whether it's an online business, whether you've got something that's been going for years or you're just completely starting out fresh. This gives you a massive opportunity. You can use this system in any area, and that's the beauty of it. And we've tapped into one area which you can actually repeat in other areas, and I'll show you how to do that. But it also gives you an opportunity in different types of business niches as well. So when I get home after a long day's work teaching and get the children to bed, settle down about 9 o'clock, that's exactly what I feel like doing, just lying on the sofa. I'm sure we all do after a long day, just lying on the sofa with the remote control and just nodding off, which is what's happened in the past until my wife gives me an elbow because I'm led on the control and she wants it back, and then she starts grabbing hold of it and using it. But the beauty of the system that we've developed, one of the things that's great about it is it really engages you, and you, rather than wanting to do that, which is what I feel like sometimes, I'm actually more like this. I'm on the laptop and because I'm seeing the results that I'll share with you that we've had over the last few months. That was actually a photograph that I found on my phone. My daughter must have grabbed my phone and taken that photograph, but it kind of captures, and she actually probably, I'm sure she told me afterwards to get off my laptop, which obviously as a young daughter you do everything your daughter tells you, so I'll switch it off afterwards. But it just shows you, I think the look on my face shows you the reaction that I've had over the last few months because of the results that we've been getting. You know, it's jaw-dropping. Some of the results and some of the traffic and the things that we're getting from the system that I'm going to show you, it's mind-blowing. And I've been sending over the months that I've been doing it, sending Paul lots of messages to tell him about the success that we've been having. And he's equally, as excited by it. And what it means that, this is just one example of one of the messages that I sent him. So I'd sent him, I'd actually the previous night, I'd set up something within our system to go live the next day. And I was up until 3 a.m. in the morning. And I think the next day after that, I was actually supposed to be being observed by my head teacher. And I was supposed to be preparing a lesson and get a nice early night in bed. But instead I was up until 3 a.m. in the morning because of what I'm seeing with the system that we've got, because of how it's working. And there's been so many messages that I've sent through to Paul as a result, because we're getting some great results from what we're doing. So this system begins in Facebook. It's called Secret Facebook method that we've got. Can I just have a show of hands, just who uses Facebook? Who has a profile on Facebook? You can just put your hand up. Okay. Fabulous. And does anyone use Facebook for business? Okay, great, thank you. This system you can use if you've got no experience at all. The way I train, the way I mentor this system, you can have no experience, no background in it at all. If you do have experience and you do have, you use it for your business already, I can show you things that you can do with it within your business that will make it much more successful and more engaging to your customers and to your audience, and as a result get more customers from it. Just a few statistics, because if you're not on Facebook, if you don't use it for your business, you are completely missing out on a huge ton of traffic, of customers, and we know so much about these customers from the data that Facebook gives us, because people are telling Facebook things about, what kind of things do we know from Facebook? Any? We've got their age, so we've got people's age. What else do we know about customers? Interests. So we know lots about their interests. That's a real key one. So if someone's interested in, football, then obviously, maybe coaching football, or that targeted market, you can tap into that and look really closely, and you can put your business in front of those people. We can look at demographics, obviously male, female, gender, age, all kinds of stuff that people are just providing to Facebook, which then gives us an opportunity to then market to those people, because we can target the right groups of people. Obviously, not everyone is interested in every single thing, but if there's a particular niche that your business provides, then we target those customers and we target those people through Facebook. Does anyone know how many active users Facebook has?
1/6 of the world population.
Pardon?
1/6 of the world population.
What is the global population now? Is it?
Billion,
About
50, 60 per week.
Yeah, I think population is around about 7 billion of the world. Now with Facebook actually has, sorry, that's the UK, but Facebook actually has over 2 billion monthly active users. So people who log on every month, 2/7 of the world's population is on Facebook. Massive, massive amounts of people that we can access through this platform. And in terms of the UK, 32 million users within the UK. What's the population of the UK? 65 million. So around about half the UK population, and obviously that includes young children as well who can't access Facebook. So as a percentage of adults, it's more than half, use Facebook. And they use it, obviously, on a very regular basis. There are 1.32 billion daily active users. So people who log on every single day. And you see it everywhere, don't you? When you're out and about, you see people on the phones, flicking through the Facebook news feeds, they're led watching TV. Wherever they are, they're accessing. As soon as they wake up in the morning, they're flicking through. So over 1 billion daily active users. So we know we can access lots and lots of people really, really quickly. And in terms of how that's growing, there are now 5 new profiles created every single second. So it's not slowing down. And about 4 or 5 years ago, I think, talking about the stats on Facebook, and there were about just under 1 billion. So it's doubled in that time, doubled the amount of users, and it's not slowing down. 5 new profiles created every second. So it's growing and growing and growing. Now, the average time that people spend on Facebook is around about 20 minutes. So if you think 1.32 billion are accessing Facebook every day, and their average time spent, they're spending lots of time every day on Facebook as well. So they're repeatedly going back to Facebook, and they're using it for a long time, which then gives us an opportunity as internet marketers to be able to put things in front of them because we know where they are. There are 4.75 billion pieces of content shared daily. So people are sharing things all over the world, everywhere. They're just constantly sharing things. And that tells us 2 things. One of them is that obviously we've got an opportunity. People are used to sharing, they're conditioned to share on Facebook. And they do it in 3 different ways. We share things, we can share photographs, videos, comments, and they can then comment on the things that we share, or we call it posting, or they can click on a like button, which shows that they like what's there, or they can also press share, which means their friends will see it as well. But that also means that as internet marketers, we're competing against 4.75 billion other pieces of content that are shared daily as well. So whatever we share, and as we move things forward, whatever we share, we need to make sure that it engages people, because there are so many other things that are being shared as well. Okay, and this system helps us to do that. So what did I do? I decided I wanted to, for myself, I know that local businesses, lots of local businesses are struggling. Okay, so loads of businesses closing down. It might be a pub, restaurant, whatever it is. Loads of businesses are closing down because they're struggling. They've advertised in the past in certain ways, and maybe that way of advertising is not working anymore. So what I wanted to do, I thought I'm going to target an area, and I'm going to kind of build a page. And within Facebook, you can create a Facebook page, which is like a web page within Facebook, and people can follow that page. So if they have that interest, for example, football, it might be a football team. So if they like Blackburn Rovers, we haven't got that many of them, but we've got a few thousand followers for Blackburn Rovers, including myself, unfortunately. But then if I like Blackburn Rovers, I can follow and like Blackburn Rovers football page, which means that when I log on to Facebook, I will see things in my news feed that Blackburn Rovers post because I have that interest. And then I might like things, I might comment on it, yeah, that's great, or if there's a new signing or whatever. So what I decided to do was to target a specific area within the UK. So I targeted Leeds. Leeds, I've visited Leeds several times. I know it's a great city. I know it attracts people to come into Leeds because there are lots of things there, like nightlife, shopping, the theatre. So I looked at that, and I looked at kind of the demographics of people, and it's around about a 50-50 split within Leeds. And it's got a population of 781,000, so it's a big city. And it's obviously, if I can provide something where people who within this population follow my page about leads, then I can start sharing things with them. And then thinking about how I can then monetize what we're doing. I could then work with local businesses. If they wanted to advertise, I have a group of people who follow leads, and then I have businesses there. And if we can bring the two together, so I can share things from local businesses to these people on leads, then obviously it's a way of generating business and customers to them. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I did that. I created a page, and I also had in my mind thinking with advertising, obviously we can share things and post things, but just something for myself to bear in mind was how many times does a customer need to see an advert before usually they act on it? Does anyone know what kind of the average? 7. Yeah, it's around about 7 times, isn't it? So people need to see what we're sharing and posting at least 7 times usually before they'll act on it. So we need to be able to repeatedly do that. And this, obviously with Facebook, we can, because we can post things to our followers and they'll see them. So we can repeatedly do that. So I built my page, and then this is it. Enjoy leads. And I tried to build it up, tried to attract followers to it. And as a result, I now have 1,000 people, 1,018 people who follow that. Successful, do you think? Fairly successful. That is actually, I don't consider that successful at all, because I don't, when you think back, if you think of the population, it's got 781,000 people who live there. They have millions of people who come into Leeds every day. And then if we look at that, we've just got just over 1,000 people following us. So I would consider that completely unsuccessful as a page. And you think 1,000 people is a lot of people to be able to share things with, but I'm not happy with that, and I wasn't happy as a result. So what I did, I spoke to Paul, and we basically I built my knowledge up about Facebook and how to attract people to pages and followers. So I followed some training of some some different people, you could consider them mentors, to find out how we can get this system working. Because I know there are businesses crying out for customers. And I know if we can offer them what they want, people are liking and sharing and engaging with things on Facebook all the time. And I know there's billions of people there. So if we can match the two together, then we've got a brilliant business model. So I went out and I did lots of research, and we bought into different courses, different mentors who offer training. And as a result, things have moved on a lot from there. And now I can consider 1,000 people is actually not successful at all. Okay, so I moved on. So as a result of the training and all this, basically learning and teaching myself through just investing and work with Paul and investing in different kind of training products, as a result of that, I gave it another go. And this time, I live in Chester, which is just over an hour away. I decided to build a page about Chester. Same kind of thing, same kind of idea. Lots of people live in Chester. You can see it's 118,000. So in comparison to Leeds, it's a seventh of the size in terms of the population. So I've probably got a smaller target market. But then I know Chester attracts 8 million visitors every single year, because there's loads of stuff that people love about Chester. You might have visited yourself. So I know there's lots of people who visit Chester, and I know there's a population of 118,000 there as well. In terms of the demographics of the people who live there, it's more or less 50-50 split. And I know there are popular attractions that people want to visit when they come in, such as the zoo, shopping, Chester races. We have a theatre there that's just opened. Lots of things that will attract people in. So I know that there's an interest there. I know that if I build something, a page, I know people will be happy and keen to follow it if I provide and share the right things. But then I also know there's lots of other businesses that would want to market, because they want to be where the customers are. They want people to see their business and see their brand. So I did it again. This time, obviously, with this area, and based on all the learning that I had. And then I looked at, well, within Chester, we have a tourist information office in Chester. 8 million people visit every year. 118,000 people live in Chester, and obviously that expands into the surrounding area as well. The population grows. So then I looked at the tourist information office. So bearing in mind that there are 8 million visitors, 118,000 people who live there, what kind of following do you think they have on Facebook, Chester Tourist Information? 8 million visitors. Anyone want to have a guess? What kind of followers do you think they have on their page on Facebook? Does anyone want to have a go?
Tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands? Anyone want to have a few hundred thousand?
30,000.
30,000? This is their official page. So they have an office in Chester. Obviously, they've been going for years. On their Facebook page, they have 13,358 when this screenshot was taken, people who follow their page. So 13,000. So that's probably what I'm thinking, right, well, if they've got 13,000, if I got half the number of followers that a tourist information office has got, would you say that's pretty successful? Yeah? So that's what I kind of set myself as a goal and my aim. 13,000 is a huge number. And if I can get half of that, fantastic. So that's what I did. I built a page that kind of does, I want it to do similar to what Chester Tourist Information Office, and I know they work with loads of businesses. Business spend lots of money to advertise with Chester Tourist Information Office. So I built a page. Look at how many followers we've got. 43,425 people now follow my Enjoy Chester page. That's over 3 times what Chester Tourist Information Office has on their page that's been going for years. How quickly have I built that? This was started at the end of May. You can see it growing. These are Facebook insights, so whenever you build a page on Facebook, you can grab insights from it. And you can see here, September, we can see this page has grown in 3 months, just over 3 months. We've got 3 times as many followers on our Facebook page than Chester Tourist Information Office, that's been going for years, has, that works with loads of different businesses who advertise with them. Impressive? Yeah?
Very quick question. You've got 2 rather big spikes, one around...
Yeah, there and there.
Something specific that you...
Yeah, within the system, yeah. So I'll talk a little bit more about how we get that. But yeah, there are spikes in the system because there are things that we do, and obviously that's part of what I share in my mentoring. I know what works and I can pass that on. Okay, so some of the other things that Facebook tells us, as we mentioned before, they share demographics, different demographics of people. Now this tells us a little bit more about our customers. Anything stand out there? What stands out? Pardon?
It's not balanced.
It's not balanced, is it? So we can see 90% of our fans, our followers, are female. 9% of our fans, our followers, are male. Now, I'm no mathematician, but 90 plus 9 is 99%. I've no idea what the other 1% is, but it's... So, but obviously Facebook needs to work on its algorithm for adding the percentages up. But we get some great information there that we can then use when we're working with local businesses. Obviously, I'm going to be thinking long term, and when you've built your followers up, you need to think then, okay, these are the kind of businesses that I need to target to be working with. Businesses that maybe the vast majority of their customers are female. And then obviously we've got the age groups as well. We can see 35 to 40, 22% of our page, and within that kind of age group, the majority of our customers are. And that then feeds into thinking about, well, we need to engage with our followers. And in order to do that, obviously, maybe we need to look at providing things that females will be more interested in than males. Maybe we need to look at providing things that fit within kind of this demographic, this age group, that would appeal to them. Does that make sense? Yeah? Facebook tells us more. It tells us about where people live. Obviously, people type in where they're actually from. And we can see there Chester, obviously it's an Enjoy Chester page, so you would expect the most people to actually be from Chester. So we've got 4,000 there who are from Chester, but then it starts spreading to a wider area. And again, this is a massive opportunity. When I first built this, I thought, right, I want to build a page for Chester, and I want to be able to work with local business within Chester, and I want to keep it nice and tight, because if it then starts spreading out and I start working with local businesses in Chester, when there are people from London there, obviously they're not going to be attracted. It's not going to help local businesses within Chester. Well, then why not? We want to spread the net as wide as we possibly can. We want to be able to have as many followers as we possibly can. And if you're saying, I've got 1,000 people nearly who are from London who have liked Enjoy Chester, then I can actually maybe then start thinking longer term, can I work with local businesses in London? Even though it's an Enjoy Chester page, I might be able to work with local businesses who are hundreds of miles away. There are actually people from Australia, all over that have actually liked and followed our page because of the way that we do it and because of the way the system works. So, how many friends does the average Facebook user have? Does anyone know how, on average, there's kind of Facebook tells us. Anyone want to have a guess about how many friends the average Facebook user has? 700. Any other guesses? Go on, one more.
It's less than that.
Less than that. It's actually 155. Yeah. So the average user has 155. Obviously, some people might have 700, they might have thousands, one person might have 10. So, but the average is out, 155,000, 155. So what I'm thinking then is, okay, I've got 43,000 followers on my page. Now, if every one of those followers has 155 friends on average, then that not only gives me an opportunity to market to 43,000 people, it then gives me the opportunity to market to 43 times 150. Because if I market to them, these people, and they like and comment and share and engage with what I'm showing them, that means that it's going to expand. And I'm no mathematician, but 150 times, yeah, it's going to be a lot, isn't it? Yeah, we'll just keep it at a lot. So it's a lot of people. And that's how we've started to generate huge numbers of traffic to our Facebook posts. Now, 43,000 is obviously, it's a huge amount of people. It's a lot more than fits into Blackburn Rovers Stadium, I know that. But in terms of people reached, we can then reach with just one Facebook post. How long does it take to do a Facebook post? It takes seconds, doesn't it? You can type in something, you can put a video, you put a photo up, it takes seconds. In seconds, we can then reach, by doing something in seconds, we can then reach 55,000 people on just one post on a Facebook page. And we do it by getting people to like, by getting people to share, and by getting people to comment on our posts because of the way the system works. And we know how to do that. 60,000 people reached on a Facebook page. 780 people like. You've got the shares, the comments. 83,000 people reached. And within Facebook, you can get organic traffic, so people who follow your page, basically because you follow the page, they've clicked on follow or like on your page. That means that when you share things on it, they're gonna see it because they've said they like that. And so Facebook thinks, right, okay, they like it. Whenever something's posted on that page, then we'll show it to them. But then you can also advertise on Facebook as well. And this little bar here just shows you this bit on the left, that's the organic reach. So that's a reach that's not paid for. And this bit here is paid for because we can also advertise our posts on Facebook to get it to a wider audience. So you can see this is organic. These are people that we've shared things with them on our page. They're followers of our page. They start liking, commenting and sharing, which means their friends see it. They might like it because if my friend likes some Blackburn Rovers, then they might, if I like it, they might like it as well. They click like and comment and share. And so then it starts to become viral. Okay, so it starts to go viral, and that's how we do it. It grows again, 117,000 people reached by just one Facebook post. 127,000 people reached by one Facebook post. You know, look at the shares now, it's going up. 1,629 sharing, 1,900 liking, 610 commenting. 174,000 people. The likes, the shares, the comments are going up. Nearly 500,000 people reached by just one Facebook post, which took me, seconds to do. 6,000 shares, comments. These people are engaging with what we're sharing with them, which means they're going viral. 988,000 people. Look at the organics. That was around about over 900,000, I think 960,000 people organically were reached with just one Facebook post. 12,000 likes, comments and shares. We can reach hundreds of thousands of people basically at the click of a button. And this one here, this is one that Paul mentioned. Over 1 million people reached with just one Facebook post. We can do that, in seconds, and you can see just the likes, people sharing, people commenting, people are liking on shares. We can see, because we're just generating huge numbers of traffic with what we're doing. So do you want to see a post in action? Yeah? Right, we'll go into the page. So we'll load up the page, and for the purpose of this, I actually created a post last night. You can schedule posts, or you can post live. So whatever you post could go live at the time, or you can schedule it. So rather than me just typing out a post to save some time so I can share some other stuff with you, I've scheduled a post already. So I'm going to just go to the scheduled post, and I'm just going to make it live. So this is the post. And all I'm going to do, down here, we have the button, and I'm just going to click on publish. So are you sure you want to publish this scheduled post? Yes, I'm going to publish it. So all I've done there, I've created a post. So I've put a video on, because people engage with videos. It's telling me there it was published. So I'll just scroll down the page to check. And we can see there's the post, and it just says, just now, the page has been posted. It's got a video on, and you can see it says 2 views already. That's quick. And now people who follow my page, over 43,000, they can like, they can comment, and they can share on what I've done. So that's basically it. I'm going to leave that now, and then I'm going to come back to it later, and we're going to see what kind of reaction we get from it. So it's going to be kind of a live thing just to show you the engagement that we've got. Okay, so going back into just thinking about what we've done then. So as I said, we've built up this list really, really quickly, and we've been able to build it, obviously 3 times the amount of people who follow a business that's been running for years. Now, as internet marketers, obviously Facebook is a massive opportunity to be able to advertise and to be able to get our business in front of those people. But as internet marketers, what else do internet marketers use? What's a good tool to use? What you might use it in your own business yourself. What would you say is another good way of contacting and communicating with your customers and with your audience? With email, okay? This system provides us with the opportunity to do that. Now, this is we do things in cycles within what I'm sharing with you. This is the first cycle that we did. So here, these are email opt-ins that we've had. And these are the dates when we had them. So you can see this first cycle we started 30th of May, and then the results that it shows you there was the 14th of June. So the 30th of May to the 14th of June. So around about 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we got over 10,000 email opt-ins. 10,000 email opt-ins. Who'd like 10,000 email opt-ins in 2 weeks? Yeah. So this is the first cycle. So we can generate that number of people, and then this gives us another opportunity to be able to market to people. Not only now can I share things on Facebook, I can now, it's kind of, it's limiting risk to your business as well. Because if Facebook had some really bad publicity, and then all of a sudden people stop using Facebook, I can't imagine it overnight, but all these people just stop using Facebook, how could I market to them? So now we're building up something else and gives us another opportunity, another way of advertising. And if we said before, the average person needs to see something 7 times before they respond to an advert, this gives us another way of communicating and marketing to them. So that's the first cycle. The next cycle we did, again, over 10,000 email opt-ins. The next one, we had over 17,000 email opt-ins. And the next one, 18,854 email opt-ins. And bearing in mind, we started this system at the end of May, beginning of June. So since the end of May, beginning of June, we've had 4 cycles of our system, and we've got that many email opt-ins. Our good mathematicians in the room, can you tell me how many people that is around about? A lot. Tell you what, impressive. Over 56,000 email opt-ins in 3 months. Crazy figures.
Are they all unique rather than any duplicates among them?
Some of them are duplicates as well, but it doesn't matter. In terms of they're coming back. They're coming back. And if the list is 43,000 followers, it kind of mirrors that in terms of, unique. But they're coming back again, and it's generating traffic again. And even if they're coming back and opting in again, it means that we can put something in front of them when they're coming back to opt in, which actually, it's visible to them. So I'm happy for them to come back again and do that. Does anyone know what the average, the industry average email open rate is? Because obviously if we built up 56,000 email opt-ins and we send an email out to them, what's the average percentage in terms of internet marketing? Less than 1%? About 1%? I think as a really good rate, if it's less than 1%, if it's 5%, 5% would be a really good email open rate. Now, this is the open rate from one of the emails that we sent out, 26.1%. So it's over 5 times what you would say is a fantastic industry standard open rate from one email. There's another one. 28.7% from one email, the open rates. 35% open rates from one email. 54% open rates from one email. Why? Why are we getting such fantastic open rates compared to, really experienced, Paul's obviously massively experienced internet marketer. What kind of open rates would you get for yours?
A little bit better than 5%, but nowhere near them.
Nowhere near them. And you think, the reason why is because people are providing the correct email address. I've got about 5 or 6 email addresses, and I've probably put, if something that I wasn't really I needed to fill in my email address, I might put one in that's not my actual personal one that I get pinged to every day. So people are putting the email address that they want to be communicated to on, and they're engaged with what we're sharing with them. And that means that we get these fantastic open rates. Now, then that started me thinking, I want to limit the risk even more to my business. I don't want to just rely on my email list. I don't want to just rely on my Facebook page. I want to be able to communicate with customers even more. How else could I do that? Text. Okay, text. Does anyone know what the average open rates of a text message are? So if you sent a message out to a number of people, what's the average, do you think, in terms of percentage? 90%. Whenever a message is pinged, probably the first thing you do, you're going to look at it, aren't you? I'm sure when we have a break, the first thing a lot of people will do will just check the phone and see what message comes through. Hopefully no one's been checking the phone while I've been doing my presentation, but I'm just looking around. So it's actually 98%. 98% of people, when you send text messages out, will open them. Now, if you think about our 54%, which is amazing for our email rates, if I can get, from my customers, if I can get their mobile phone numbers as well, then obviously I'm going to be able to hit them every time. I'm not going to be worried whether it's going to the junk mail box or whether they're not going to open it. If I can get that, I know full attention from them will be on to whatever I'm showing them if I can text message them.
Paul, can I jump in? Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Guys, we're also testing something that's called voice drops. Has anybody heard of voice drops? No? Okay, basically what it is, instead of sending a text, you can send a recorded message. Now, not you personally, but can you imagine how important this is for a local business? That they can send a recorded message to ping the phone. So your phone actually vibrates, it never rings, and it goes into voicemail. Yeah, so many people listen to voicemail. And then you can say, hey, this is such and such restaurant, just let you know, we've got a buy one, get one free tonight offer, and it'll take off. They're working very well in the US, but we're waiting, it's going to be about 3 or 4 weeks until it hits the UK. But this would work really well with voice drops, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's just, and again, it's just another opportunity to be able to communicate with them. So that's what we've done. We built a list. Within the system that we have now, I also collect phone numbers, and people are providing their phone numbers because they like what we're sharing with them, and then that means they're happy and comfortable to give us their correct phone number. And that means within our cycle, and this is something as the cycle and the system developed, that's something that I added to it. I could see the value of collecting phone numbers, which means that now, as well as providing their email addresses within the cycle, all of these people are now providing their mobile phone number as well. Now, one other thing that I've implemented and developed the system further is I know from Facebook said, 4,000 people from Chester, 2,000 people from Ellesmere Port. It tells me that, but I can't actually specifically market to those people on my Facebook page. If I post something on my Facebook page, like I just did, it will just basically go out to everyone, and if they're liking, commenting, sharing, the viral nature, it'll just spread around. But what I want to then be able to do is I want to target specific groups of people. So I know that within my page, this is an example, these results are coming. I've asked people to tell me where they live. Okay, so this is another piece of information that they're sharing that's really important. It's another demographic that I can use. So now, as well as thinking, right, I want to work with local businesses in Chester and I want to help them get more customers, what I can now do is actually split my list up. And as well as having, 50,000 on email list and, text messages, instead of just blanket targeting them, I can actually split my list up into smaller groups. Because someone from, say, Wrexham wouldn't be interested in, if I work with a local business, say a salon, who lived in London. So there's no point in marketing to them. But if I have, say, 400, 500, 600 people who live in Wrexham, and I have their phone numbers, then obviously I can then go to businesses within Wrexham, and I can tell them about it and share with them, and obviously we can then work together to target just people who live in that area. So now it helps businesses in all these different areas. As well as Chester, we can now target our marketing to all these different people and work with those local businesses. And thinking it from a business opportunity for myself, then it opens the door to so many different areas. And we can do that rather than me typing away for thousands of people, just sending a text message and be sitting there all day trying to do that. We have a system that we use, which you basically put phone numbers in, and then you can just send out a blanket text message to all those people. So in 3 months, we've got over 43,000 Facebook followers, over 56,000 email opt-ins, almost 34,000 mobile phone contacts. One other way, and again, it's about just another asset that we have, is we have something on Facebook called Facebook Messenger. So usually friends use it. So if you don't use Facebook, it's basically it's a way of like typing a message and you can send it to your friend, and it kind of direct message. It pings a message when they open up Facebook, and they will see that message. What would the open rates for that be, do you think? It's around 92%. 92%. So again, it's massive. But what we can do is we're now building a list of people who we can directly contact through Facebook Messenger because of what we're doing within the system. So now it's another way of being able to market, and we can market to them through, we can send them, send links, we can put messages on, whatever we do, we can just basically can send anything through to them. And it gives us another way of contacting them, another way of hitting this at least 7 times before people act on advertising. So in 3 months, we've got over 150,000 contacts just from this one Facebook page. In 3 months, we can hit 1 million people with just one post. Okay. But not only that, as well as knowing the demographics, male, female, we want to know where they live, we've got the mobile phone number, we've got their email address. As well as that, we want to go further. We want to understand our customers even more, because we know if we understand your customers, if you understand what they like and what they want, if you give them what they like and what they want, then that's going to build trust, and they're going to be, it's going to build up that relationship with them. So we went further, and because of what the way that we do things, we ask them questions, and they're answering those questions. How often do you visit Chester City Centre? So going back to those 56,000 email contacts that we've got, every single one of those have answered the questions that were given to them. Now, this is the question that we had. So I wanted to know, how often do they visit Chester City Centre? Around about 50% visit at least once a month. Again, that gives me power when I'm going to a local business, and I can say, these people visit regularly. 50% don't. So we can maybe look at working with businesses that can pull people in. Why do you visit Chester City Centre? Restaurants, shopping, bars, nightlife, work. Obviously the big one there we can see, shopping. Nearly 90% visit Chester for shopping. Can I work with local businesses? Over 40% restaurants. Again, a massive opportunity. Restaurants are crying out for business. And then I can split up my list. If I'm then advertising to them, text message, email, I can then just target those people. If I work with a local restaurant in Chester, I can then just send my messages out to these people. If I wanted to, I could send a blanket one out to all of them, but I could really target the people who like coming to Chester for restaurants or shopping. And then obviously it's going to get better results. What would you like to hear more about? Again, the question I asked them, look at that, offers and deals in the area. Over 50% of people want to hear offers and deals. And if it's a restaurant offer and deal or shopping, they're telling us what they want, which means that we can then target our advertising and market to them to give them what they want. Okay, so it's called the system they had. We call it the secret Facebook system or secret Facebook method. Now, the way that we've got the results over the last few months is we've done. You have to start. Obviously, if you build a Facebook page, you've got no followers whatsoever. So you have to start with the advertising. Now, Facebook love. Obviously, like any business, they love your money. They want your money. Any idea how much revenue in the last quarter, in quarter 2, how much revenue Facebook generated from advertising? Anyone want to have a guess? Come on. $500 million. Any others? Higher, lower? Higher? Billion? Yeah. Over 9 billion in 1 quarter. If you think times that by 4, 36 billion in Facebook advertising. They want your money. And they'll just take your money. And if you don't know how to advertise on Facebook, you're just going to throw your money away and you're going to add to that pot that Facebook are building up. And Facebook, the way they get your money and they get you advertising, they've got these buttons everywhere. They've got them all over. If you create a Facebook page, everywhere you'll see a Boost post, Boost page, Boost website, Boost sign-ups, Boost, everything. Boost posts, all over. They want you to spend money. And if you don't take advantage of someone's experience or a business's experience in doing that, which is what we did. So I went away and I researched and followed training from people who've had experience. You will throw your money away, and you can quickly throw lots and lots of money away on Facebook. Facebook will reward you. If you advertise and target the right people in the right way, you can get amazing results. But if you don't, and if you don't know how to advertise, then you'll spend a fortune. And that's why you need the benefit of people's experience who know how to advertise on Facebook. And within this system, I know how to advertise on Facebook. Now, as well as all that, they've got the buttons everywhere. They've also got something called Facebook Business Manager. And again, this is they've got everywhere. You click your buttons, you can press to advertise and spend your money. They've got a separate kind of platform, Facebook Business Manager. And if you click on to advertise on Facebook Business Manager, you've got brand awareness, you've got reach, you've got traffic, you can set up adverts for engagement, app installs, video views, lead generation, conversions, product catalogue sales, store visits. Confused? Now, where do you start? How can you advertise? You know that the people are there, you know that Facebook has all these people, you can, there's loads of different demographics, age group, but how do you start with that? You've got to learn from people who've had the experience, otherwise, which is what I did, otherwise, you're going to throw your money away. So these are some of the results that we've had from our advertising. It might not make sense to you, it might make sense to you, but I'll just go through. These are good. And one other thing with Facebook, how do you know what a successful campaign is? If you show your advert, if you advertise on Facebook, if your advert gets lots of engagement, so if people like, comment, share, if they press those buttons on your adverts, Facebook will reward you and it will give you a low cost to advertise. If you don't target the right people, if you don't set your adverts up in the right way, like this, where do you start? Then you'll spend a fortune and Facebook will not reward you for it. But if you target in the right way, you can start seeing fantastic results. And just look on here, this one. So this ad campaign, 5 pence per page like. So we paid 5 pence per page like, and page like is like a follower. So 43,000 people on your page. You can, with this campaign, 5 pence per page like. So we can pay for advertising. The beauty is once you get up and running, you've got followers, then you can post things and loads of people will follow you anyway and like you. So you don't have to spend this money. But that's something initially you have to think about doing. You have to get people to like your page. If you've no followers and likes, whatever you post, no one's going to see it. So you have to get followers and likes. So, a cost of 5 pence per page like is a really good, that's a low cost. We also have the many different ways of advertising. We can also look at it's something called post engagement. So if I post something, if people like, comment and share it, then that's called a post engagement. And with this one, we've posted something, we've advertised for it as well, and we've got a cost of 0.3 of a penny per post engagement. And obviously businesses spend a fortune on advertising, and to get 1/3 of a penny for their business to be in front of a targeted market, is that impressive? No, we've got loads of experience in doing that. 436 post engagements for £1.21. 458 for £1.28. Other ones we've got there, 1/10 of a penny. 1/10 of a penny per post engagement for people to engage with what we're sharing with them. 2/10 of a penny. 2/10 of a penny. 71 post engagements for 15 pence. 1/10 of a penny. We can drive traffic and we can get it very cheap. But if you don't know how to do that, and this is the problem we had with the Enjoy Leads page, we didn't know how to do that, which meant that we were spending a fortune and we were getting no results from it as well. But now, obviously, with the experience that we've had, with going to learn in lots of different ways, we can then pass on that experience to you guys so you don't have to spend a fortune on the advertising. Make sense so far? Yeah? Now this little friend here, does anyone recognise where that's from, the film? Airplane. So we're talking autopilot, and obviously what we want to try and do is spend as little time as possible with what we're doing. We don't know if we can make things automatic and things happening on the internet, then that's something that we can do. And again, we've looked at lots of different software and different tools that help us to do that. We have some software that we use in our system that if people send us a message, or if people comment or engage with what we've shown them, we can then send them a message automatically. And it looks like it's us that's sending them. And if we've got 43,000 followers all commenting or engaging with, obviously it's going to spend a long time for us to comment to each one. But what we can do is send it automatically, be able to send them a message. That it looks like it's us that's sending it, someone's sat there typing it, but then they respond to it as well. And it's that thing with engaging with our brand and building up trust and communicating with them. They're actually responding to what we've done. So we can do that on autopilot. Aspects of this system now, we've got to work on autopilot. And that means, and the way our the engagement that we get, we'll get messages pinging through, just now, 2 minutes. Messages come through really quickly, and we can't respond to all of these. But because of this auto-response way that we've developed on Facebook, it now means that people are being sent messages automatically, and look, they're responding. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. These are automatic messages. I haven't sent them a message. It's something that's been automatically set up to go on autopilot. It's amazing. So people are responding, they're trusting our brand, and they're communicating back positive messages. And that's an example. Just now, these messages have been sent on autopilot and been possible to respond so quickly. And we've got this within the system now, which helps us build up that trust and engagement with the brand. Now, one of the other ways, I'm just going to show you some examples of what's happening when something goes viral. So a million people reached. What's happening? Look at this one. So Daisy Lock here, she's seen something. These are all responses to posts that we've made, like the post I just made before. These are all responses. Daisy Lock. Lawrence Jackson, enter this please. She's telling that when it's in blue, it means they've tagged their friend. So she's basically saying she's got a friend that would also like what we've posted. So she's telling her to do it. And obviously that social value of that, if a friend does it, you're more likely to want to do it. If they recommend it, you're more likely to want to do it as well. So Lawrence Jackson there has been asked by Daisy Lock to enter that, one of her 150 on average friends. Look at what's happening in this one. So this is James Fitzsimmons. So I've posted something on the Facebook page. James Fitzsimmons has then tagged 5 people. So she's got 5 friends there and she thinks they would really like to see this as well. So I'm going to tag them, which means they'll get pinged with a message to say, James Fitzsimmons has recommended basically that you look at this and you would like this. And then he's saying, check out this, guys, but not normally into these comp thingies, but this is worth it. He sees the value in this and he sees the value to then recommend it to a friend. Then look, so Janet Mackey's here has been tagged in. Janet Mackey then logs on to Facebook and sees the message. That's really good, thanks. I don't have to bring you along if I win though, right? So then a conversation starts. And they're actually having a conversation on Facebook, but they're having it underneath my post. And what happens then, if Janet's got 150 friends, James has got 150 friends, what's going to happen? They're all going to see it, aren't they? These friends are going to see it as well, and they're going to see it repeatedly because people are engaging and then starting their own conversation. Does that make sense? Yeah? And you can see that how things grow virally. Another example. 5 people tagged. Amy Simpson, one of them. Amy Simpson, have you entered on the link? Joan Bailey, yes, it's like a form to fill in. So again, they're telling each other and communicating what they need to do. Michael Edwards, like and shared. No, Shinoda Edwards, you have to fill in the link. They're telling each other what they need to do. Look at the tags here. They're all tagging each other. Fab Prize entered, liked and shared. Christine Lynch Rochelle, underneath, She sees it and then she posts a comment as well. So it's just engaging, we're getting that communication on our page. They're asking each other, have they entered? And then you can see just people tagging left, right and centre. And that's what happens when things go viral. Another area that we can tap into on Facebook, and this is, again, it's kind of a secret part to the system that I've kind of realised and noticed and been able to take advantage of myself, is we can invite people through our Facebook page. So if you could invite millions of people, then Facebook wouldn't allow you to do it. But there's a way that we can invite people to be fans of our page and to be followers of our page. And it's kind of a secret way that I've never come across an internet marketer that shared this way of doing it. But it's part of what we do and part of what I can mentor you with. So then you see people like this. Melita Thelwall accepted your invitation. So I can then start just throwing out invites to people to accept. Maria Slater accepted your invitation to like Enjoy Chester. It's another way of growing our followers that we use that doesn't involve a penny of advertising. It's a way of growing our list. You can see it as it goes down the page. They're all accepting. Look at 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, just now, just now, just now. You can see we can attract those people. And again, accepted, 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 accepted. So they're accepting what we've done. We're growing our followers, and then we're grabbing more email addresses, more text messages, and we're doing that without spending a penny on advertising. Another benefit of what we're doing is whenever you book a holiday, what would you normally do? If you're looking at a hotel to go on holiday, what would you do? You'd look for reviews, wouldn't you? You'd look for reviews. That's what I always do. I look for reviews. See what other people are saying about the hotel. So in the same way, obviously our reviews are really important. I've not done anything to ask people to review our page. What we're doing, people are just going to our page and they're just reviewing it. And this is actually on Google. Type in Enjoy Chester, you'll see us at the top of Google, and you'll see we've got a nice 5-star rating there. It actually says 4.9 because a couple of people put 4 stars instead of 5. But we can see on Google, we've got a 5 stars. So if someone thinks, what about this brand? Type in Enjoy Chester, you can see we've got a fantastic rating. You can also see that rating in Facebook as well. So because of what we've been doing and sharing loads of things that people are engaged with and enjoying, then people are clicking on that review button. They're pressing review, 5 stars. Review, put in a nice comment here about Chester, because they're not only reviewing our page, they're also reviewing Chester, which is great because they're talking about Chester. Lots of people, 8 million visitors come in each year to Chester. They've got great experiences of it, but whatever way, if they're reviewing our page or they're reviewing Chester, as long as they're giving us 5 stars, I don't care what they're reviewing. We can see great news and entertainment, great competitions to enter to. So that's happening, kind of that autopilot thing again. People are just doing that, and that's giving us great value on Google, and obviously people seeing it, 5 stars, they're going to trust our brand. Now, one other example of the opportunities. This is a magazine that's delivered to Chester, and I live in Chester. It's delivered to Chester and the surrounding area. Okay, Kids Direct. It actually says on there 30th anniversary. So this business has been going for 30 years. And if I open this up, I can see there are lots. That's the theatre that's just opened up in Chester. That's a local, that's actually a business in Manchester. Grosvenor Park, that's a park, a railway that's in Chester as well. All of these businesses are paying to advertise in this magazine. So what opportunity does that give to me? It's a huge opportunity to then be able to work with these local businesses. Now, who gets those magazines? Who sees magazines like that coming through the door? Or you might see them in supermarkets or that. I've used it, I've looked at it in the past, and then I've just thrown it down and never looked at it again. But businesses are paying to be in here. So obviously this business has been running for 30 years, and companies are advertising with them, and it's a busy slide. I don't want you to read through all that slide, but I actually contacted them, and I thought I just want to know how much these businesses are paying to advertise. So this business here, Chester Storyhouse, I want to know how much this business is paying to advertise. How much are they paying this company for their marketing? Now, said 30th anniversary, been used, running a long time. They've actually got a distribution of 14,000. We've got over 43,000 on our Facebook page that we can communicate with at the touch of a button. You know, they've got magazines, which they have to obviously pay the cost for, 14,000 distribution. Well, this one here tells us the cost of advertising. So if I want a full page advert like that, that's going to cost me, I get a discounted rate of £250. Normally £344 to advertise to 14,000 people who, you know, lots of them won't even look at it. Good value for money. But that also then tells me if I can get these businesses in front of all my customers and all the people that I've built up, you know, what can I charge? Well, the value that they're going to get from me and our business, you know, is going to be huge. And so these costs, you know, just getting those kind of amounts is huge. But then it opens up doors for drawing in more. So this company have also, obviously, they're on Facebook. They've been going for 30 years. They've also got a Facebook page. Anyone want to have a guess of how many followers they have on the Facebook page? Because obviously it's been going for 30 years. What kind of following do you think they've got? 1,500? 14,000 people that they... 500? They've actually, more or less right there, 494 people follow their page. This business that's been going for 30 years has got less than 500 people who follow their Facebook page. And they actually say, one of the things they say there is that they'll give, I don't know if it's on there, it's at the bottom of the email, they say they will give us access and they'll support us through their Facebook page as well. Wow. 494 people. Isn't that a good opportunity for us? So we've got, obviously, you know, a huge number, 100 times more than that. Okay, so anyone recognise that film? Show me the money. So obviously we built up a list. How can we take advantage of that? How can we use this list to then generate an income and generate funds from it? Well, just thinking back to what we've got over 43,000 Facebook followers, 18,000 messenger contacts, 56,000 email opt-ins, almost 34,000 mobile phone contacts, and we've got 1 million people that we can reach with one post. We can access lots of people. It's a massive opportunity for local businesses to generate, you know, business and customers and money from our list. Now, one of the ways that we've worked on so far, and there's loads of opportunities to work in it, is basically just going in and telling businesses about it. I was driving past a restaurant. The restaurant's car park was empty. It was on a Saturday lunchtime. So I thought, I'm just going to walk in and I'm just going to show them what I've got. And I walked in, spoke to I didn't even phone up. I actually had my shorts on at the time, just walked in. And I just said, can I just speak to the owner, please? And the owner was there, so I spoke to him. And I just showed him what we've got. I actually showed him the email list growing in front of his eyes because I just pressed refresh. And as I pressed refresh, the number of opt-ins became more and more and more. I showed him a Facebook post and showed him the engagement that we got from it. And what did that mean? He now advertises with us. He doesn't use a local business magazine anymore. You know, an opportunity, and obviously, you know, that's not just now Chester, it's all these other pockets of businesses as well. How else can we generate income from this? Well, we're experts in Facebook advertising. You know, we've had all this experience in being able to get adverts out to people on Facebook and target the right groups of people at a very low cost. So what can we do? We can then advertise to local businesses. We can tell local businesses from our page, which they then see has a 5-star review, has 43,000 followers, obviously a legitimate business because we've got this number of people and they can click on and see the engagement from our posts. We can then advertise from our page so that it's got a link and they can just, if they're interested in our advert, click on the link and they can see all this. We can then advertise and tell them, you can advertise to our list as well. You know, and they snap your hands off. We did an advert campaign these are the results. So this is not targeting people to get page likes or to get our brand in front of customers. This is targeting business people, people who have businesses, and we just targeted the Chester area with this one. And look at the post engagement. So people who have responded to our post, 1 pence per post engagement. So we can put our business out there to business owners. We don't need to pick up the phone. We can do. We don't need to walk into the business. We can actually do it because we're experts on Facebook and advertising and we know how it works. Then we can get our business out in front of these people very cheaply. They see the power in what we do just in front of their eyes. They can see, how's this business, how's Enjoy Chester got their advert in front of me when I'm just scrolling through my news feed? No, they can see that straight away. They can see it working and obviously then understand that it can work for their business as well. Now, one other opportunity that you could have to make money from this is actually to sell the list, sell the page. Who would want 150,000 contacts, within the northwest of England? What value, in terms of email addresses and text messages, what value is that to a business? So you could just wash your hands of it completely. In 3 months, we built up this huge list and different ways of advertising and marketing to them. I could just now sell this and walk away from it. And what kind of value do you think that would be, Phil?
Can I interject? Guys, no word of a lie, you could get 300 grand for that. No problem at all, without even blinking. I've sold email lists in the past. Okay, ones that I specifically built up for certain things to sell. Okay, I don't do it now, but I know for a fact local businesses pay at least £2 an opt-in. At least.
And that's not just email opt-ins, is it?
Absolutely. So valuable.
And as a result of what we're doing, because businesses are taking notice of Enjoy Chester and because we're reaching, can reach 1 million people with one post, obviously some of those will be business owners. They're then seeing our page and they're actually getting in touch with us. So on our Facebook page, now this is a restaurant in Chester, Walk and Go. Hi there, how can we get your offers featured on your page? Now they're asking us, they're coming to us. Hi guys, just wondering how we go about advertising with yourself. This is a guy that's got 2 restaurants in Cheshire. So they're coming to us, they're communicating with us on our Facebook page. These are emails sent. So these have been sent as a result of the advertising that we did. We got 1 pence per post engagement. We then got responses by email back. So we know how to get businesses interested and getting in touch with us rather than us having to cold call them or get in touch with them. Now, I own a small company selling bedroom mattresses in the local area. I was born and brought up in Chester and my family have lived here for generations. I'd love to be able to advertise on your website if possible. I'm a local beauty salon who would love to feature. I run Meltdown, which is a grilled cheese bar in Hambridge, which is just outside Chester. I'd love to be added to your website. So they're coming to us and telling us that they want to be on, advertise on our page. And as well as the page, this also then opens up doors for other things. If we can get these results and we share these with this business, they're coming to us to advertise with us, then can we potentially help their business? If they've got a Facebook page, could we get the same results for them? Could we build them an email list? Could we build them a text message list? Could we run their advertising for them? Could we then market for them? We know what works, we know how it works. So obviously that then opened doors for actual social media management for their own business. As well as them advertising and pay us to advertise with us, we can then become a social media manager. We're the expert in the area that they will come to because they've seen the results from it. We can run their Facebook campaigns, whether it's advertising or posting. It opens up another door to run their Facebook campaigns because we know how it works and what we need to do. We can build their own email list and text list. We can provide training, a bit like I'm doing today. You can provide training for local businesses because we know what works and we can get the results from it. We've got the SMS answer, so it's providing those services that we've built up. We can provide that to businesses as well. And obviously it gives us live event opportunities. So this is an example of a local business that we've worked with. Okay. So this is a local business, actually from the Whalley Carpet Studio. Whalley is about 5 minutes away from here. This is a carpet company, so they sell carpets, and it's a business that was set up around about 3 or 4, 5 months ago. So they had no Facebook page, they didn't have a business, it's basically a business that started from scratch. And using the system that we have, completely aside from Enjoy Chester, using their business to be able to promote following our system with what we've done, just look at the results. Now, this is one Facebook post that the business has put on there. 235 comments, 324 shares, 5,200 views on that video. And that's from using this system. So that's mean about being an expert and being a social media manager. Not only we've got all this Enjoy Chester stuff, you can actually then do it for other businesses, but you can also do it for your own business as well. 22,000 people reached. Obviously nowhere near the Enjoy Chester side, but as a local business in the Whalley area with no customers, to reach 22,000 people with one Facebook post, then obviously, there's the opportunity again. So it's not just about, this is one area, targeting an area in the world, following our training and our mentorship. You can do that, but it also opens up doors for working with local businesses or your own business as well. Okay, so that's basically, those are the results. That's what we're achieving. And we've achieved that very, very quickly in the last few months. So what I'm offering you is the chance for me to work with you as a mentor, to show you how this works and to take you through the system. Okay, so do you want me to, if we go back to the page now, we'll go back to the page and we'll see the kind of results that we've got. So we'll go look, so this was posted, I don't know how long ago, half an hour ago, was it? And if I just scroll down the page, so there's my post, 44 minutes ago. So that was posted 44 minutes ago. And let's have a look at the kind of reaction. Look, someone's just pinging a message through. You can see 12,893 people reached. Look at the comments. Look at the likes. 328 likes in 44 minutes, 291 shares, people are sharing it with their friends, 154 comments, but look at what they're doing in the comments.
Tag central.
Tagging away, telling people, look at that. Tag, 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 tag. Tagging away. This post is going viral, and it's gone viral right in front of your eyes. And what did I do? How long did it take me? I typed the post last night. It took me to type a text and just upload a video. But in terms of just posting it there, what have I done to make that go viral? I've been standing here talking to you guys. I've done absolutely nothing. I've posted it and then just let it fly. And do you know what that's actually doing? Not only are people tagging, not only is that getting out to 12,900 people, that's also building up further my email list. It's building up further my mobile phone, my text messaging list, without me even looking at it and doing anything with it. And that's the power of what this system does. And it's an opportunity for you to do that either, in the same kind of way or with your own business as well. So I'll be around at lunchtime if anyone got any questions. Yeah. So we just while we do, so we go into messages while we're doing this. We said before we've got things working on autopilot in the background. So if I click on messages here, now while that's been going, people have been sending us messages, and we've been automatically sending them messages as well. So if we look down here, we can see I've sent them a message. Thanks for your comment on our post. So people have commented on our post. And then as a result, that's a message on autopilot that's been sent through to whoever's commented on there without me doing anything.
It won't be lawful to reply that, Kerry.
Yeah, and then people will respond to it. All done, thank you. So that was at 12:08. So without me doing anything, again, we've been able to send messages out to customers, and then they're responding back. I've done the survey, etc. too. So she's telling me she's filled in, and she's given us her details. I hope so. I never win anything. So people are communicating, and for us communicating with them, I have thank you. I'd love to win. So they're responding to it, and that way of working on autopilot and getting things just running. Once you've set everything up, you just let the system fly, and then it just builds up the number of contacts that you have very, very quickly. And you'll see these messages just pop up all the time. So that's people responding to what we've sent them automatically. Has anyone got any questions at all?
How is it with Facebook terms of service? Is it safe to ask for like and share in exchange for anything?
Yeah, I mean, we've done this over months and months and months, and it's basically without rejections, we've advertised. But one of the things that you might think, well, actually they're building up email lists, they're building up mobile phone contacts. Does Facebook approve of that as well? But one of the things that we've got within the system is when they provide their details, when they're answering the questions, when they're providing their email address and the mobile phone number, there's an opt-in for them as well. So they have to, they're basically saying they're happy for us to send them messages in the future. So in becoming part of our list, they've opted into it, which means then we've got terms of service within that, which means that Facebook wouldn't approve unless you have those terms of service on the opt-in page as well. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah. Any other questions at all?
On the delivery services like the SMS texting and the voice drop, are there any challenges jurisdictionally? I know one or two of us are outside of the UK, so.
Mm-hmm. No, it's just because obviously you can access Facebook there. In terms of Phil, do you
It's fine because you'll be accessing it from a UK-based
okay.
portal, Rod. So the same charges will apply. Yes, there's charges to send text messages as you would
Sure.
expect. But you can absolutely do it from Hungary, from Bulgaria, from
okay.
Prague, anyway.
Okay.
Well, there's another technical thing which will come in force next year, which is the General Data Protection Regulation.
Mm-hmm.
So is the system ready to also follow these regulations?
Well, I mean, the
In
system.
background, maybe this is really technical, but
Yeah.
it will come up, of course. Even
Yeah.
UK will get out of this probably.
No, Facebook's got that covered. This is too much of a huge thing for Facebook, for LinkedIn, for all these platforms. Yeah, you're still going to be able to do that. It's just them or they have to be protected more. Okay, they have to put in certain levels of protection, different depths. But you'll still be able to do this on Facebook. It's not going anywhere soon.
Well, I'm not doubting the system, but once you're gathering a huge pile of phone numbers, for instance, together with names, then even people will be able to ask you to check whatever data you have around their contact, and they'll be able to ask you for deletion. So that's just my...
Opt out. Yeah.
That's right. But theoretically, they can do that now anyway.
Yes.
They
can
can
opt
ask
out
to be
from it.
deleted.
Yeah.
And you can ask to be deleted from an email address
Mhm.
through the unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So similar things will happen, it's just advances in technology.
Okay. Any other questions at all? Yeah, Sam.
Well, I need to dive up. I just
Okay.
thought of something. Guys, think of, is that okay?
Just refresh the page. Let's have a look.
Oh yeah, let's just go back again. That's all I do. I'm just refreshing pages all the time. To look there now.
16,000.
So that was 12,900, wasn't it, a few minutes ago? 15,000, 3,000 more, and that's not live updates. Facebook takes a little bit of time for this part for the people reached to update, so that will probably be higher than that now. And obviously the number of comments, the number of likes, the number of shares, are going up even more. Okay, Phil.
Yeah, that was brilliant. What do you think of that, guys?
Thank you.
Madness. Absolute madness. Sorry, Paul, while you were going through that, see, my brain was sort of like ticking over, and I started to get palpitations. And at my age,
I don't want to give you palpitations.
yeah, at my age, you need to watch that. Do you know on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, you can target people who have got a birthday next week? Yeah? It's what, thanks mate. And I'm testing things at the minute. I like to call it the birthday club. And I'm not very adventurous, so I just call it the birthday club. So anyway, what you can do with Paul's system is you can reach out to businesses, or in actual fact, they'll reach out to you. They're not stupid, okay? Do you think a local restaurant would pay £300 a month to you, excluding ad spend, for you to set up a campaign that you never, ever, ever have to touch again? And they'll pay you £300 every single month. You never have to touch that campaign again, because you target people who's having a birthday. That's supposed to be like a present. My drones are about as good as Tony's. Okay, maybe better. Okay, I've seen the key. Bad drone. Okay, so whoever's having a birthday on Facebook, okay, what happens every week to that targeting list? What happens to it? Do you think it changes? Because more people are having birthday the following week, and then the following week, and then the following week. So do you have to do anything with your ad? So, if restaurants do a birthday club, how many people generally eat in a restaurant when it's a birthday? Is it one person? Minimum of two. Yeah? I've done a few stats, and it's normally, including wine, 76 quid. Okay? So if you can get a few more people during off-peak hours into that restaurant, would they pay you 300 quid a month? Yeah, dead easy. And that's the low figure. You can charge up to 5 if you want, but I would go for 3. Yeah, get a few on board, get some recommendations, and then they'll come to you. Does that make sense? So, 6 grand extra a month, 72 grand extra a year, and that's compounding. So if you keep on getting customers every single month, just keeps on going up and up and up. So it'll never stay on 72, it'll just keep on going up. Make sense? Just a thought. So that's how powerful Paul Strickland's Facebook thingy is. All good? So, who wants to learn a bit more? Eh? I'm just going to get my laptop. Sorry? Oh, it's up. Thanks. Come on up, Paul. All right, mate. There you go. So.
Alright guys, so basically now what we're going to go through is the different packages we've got available. Phil's going to go through it in more detail. But a lot of you have been asking over dinner last night and during yesterday, what's the difference between what we're offering compared to like other events that you might have been to. So I'll give you one example, or speak to a few of you. Like, I don't promote Morb anymore, simply because when you're promoting other sort of opportunities, you're just an affiliate. So for example, if Morb were to go bust or anything happened to them, then my business has gone as well. Okay? So this is what we try to create, a real world franchise opportunity where everything that we build for you is on your domain name, it's on linked to your PayPal account. So if anything ever happened to us, you've still got the business, and that is the difference. What we offer is we build it for you, but we build it with you as well. There's no point us building you something that's going to make you £300 a day, £500 a day, whatever, 72 grand a year, or whatever it may be, and then when we come away from that, you don't know how to run the thing. You understand? So that's the difference. We are literally with you every step of the way, hold your hand as much as you need, and we don't just build it for you, we build it with you, which ultimately means that you then, in effect, become ourselves and off you go on your own. So Phil's going to run through in more detail what's on offer here, and some of the biggest things we've got with these packages is the mentoring side of it. Okay, we're always here for you. All right, Phil.
Thanks, Paul. Great stuff. I'll turn the lights off, guys. I hope you don't mind it. Just, you can see it a wee bit better anyway. Because, this is like the big reveal. We've got another system to show you straight after lunch. And that's another special system, okay? Paul Dunstan, I think he's outside at the minute. He's just arrived. So he's going to go over that this afternoon. But we've got a few packages, okay? As you've seen in your brochure, we've got the diamond, the VIP, the gold, and the silver. And what we prefer to do is let you pick. We're not going to tell you what we think you should have, yeah? We're letting you pick, and that's why it's structured as it is with diamond, etc. Now, bearing in mind, with the first one I'm going to reveal, you're getting all 4 packages. Now, I'll go into this in a little bit more detail, and well, anyway, we'll do it now, okay? So, the Diamond VIP, this is our premier package, okay? This is just the top of the tree. You okay there? Are you sure? Oh, listen, okay. Okay, this is the top of the tree thing. This gives you access to all the packages, yeah? And these are proven and profitable businesses. And I say business in a box because they are, they're built for you, but like Paul says, they're built with you as well, okay? So we have all 4 businesses. We've got the secret Facebook groups that we provide the mentoring in as well. Yeah, the personal mentoring that I'll go through as well. Each level has different types of personal mentoring. And that's a big thing as well. We haven't done that yet, but by heck. The VIPs on the event, on the meal last night, was it okay? Yeah? Okay, did you get plenty out of it? Did you think we sort of gave you enough? Yeah? It was good, yeah? All right, what do you think we'll do at this flipping 5-star resort that we're going to be doing? Yeah, we're gonna have some fun, but more importantly as well, we're going to get some serious business done as well. Serious stuff. All right. So again, this is the top level package. So you get Paul's franchise funnel system that you probably heard of about 2 weeks ago. Feels about 2 weeks ago, doesn't it? All right. That his old system, the system that he's currently using, makes approximately, all right, that's an approximate figure. Yeah. His new viral, but you will get the updated, we like to call it the 2020 package, okay, because it really is moving into the 2020. So you're going to be getting that, and it's going to be set up to profit from day one. All right, so that thing there is ready to go. And I had, actually, it was Rod this morning, wasn't it, Rod? You were asking how many sort of, how many minutes a day do you need to sort of put into it? Because we are acutely aware of time as well. So you probably think, 4? Why do I need 4 proven businesses? Will it not take me 24 hours a day to run these? Absolutely not. Because once you get things set up, these can literally be run in a couple of hours a day tops. Okay? So please don't think that your head's going to be spinning and you'll have no time to do anything. Because it's absolutely not. So we've got the Diamond VIP, that includes Paul's system. It includes my e-com franchise system as well. The training, my buyers list, again, nobody gives you that. You get access to David, my drop shipper in China. You get access to our $300 a month spy tools. So that's like, that's $3.5 grand a year, or $3,000 a year. And I've put there $100 a day. I want you to get to at least $100 a day after 60 days. I obviously want you to do more than that, but let's just put that one in just in case. Just in case, life gets in the way, all right? And remember, you get our arse-kicking methods as well, all right? So you'll not be allowed to procrastinate. We don't do that, all right? Because I've done enough of it, and I'm sure many others have, and there comes a time you just get sick of it, okay? So you get the ecom franchise system as well. You get something called the secret Facebook system, whatever that is. Yeah? Paul Strickland will help you launch your first ever campaign. Now I've put there 100k a year Facebook giveaway business. Do you think you could? I mean, there's 72 grand there. Easy peasy. Okay? No guarantees. We're not going to give you any guarantees on any of these because we don't know what your work ethic's like. But you could easily get to that if you put in a bit of time. Okay? And you also get the done-for-you trader system. Once this is set up, you never have to look at it again if you don't want to. Okay? So no time. 45 minutes, 60 minutes. Very little time, secret Facebook system. Half an hour, if that. All right? So it doesn't take a lot of time. So for all those 4 systems, guys, all right, and instead of 2 years one-on-one mentoring, okay, I sort of like raised an eyebrow to this when Paul mentioned it earlier on. But instead of 2 years, that's why I haven't changed this slide, we're going to give lifetime one-on-one mentoring. Lifetime. Okay? You know, now I reckon, what are you raising your eyebrow for? You mentioned it to me. Okay? I was me who raised the eyebrow of what I've got left. What I've got left anyway. And I just thought, look, you know, the pressure's on. I have to get down to the gym and I have to live for another 20 years because I need to do all this mentoring. Okay? So you're going to get lifetime mentoring. None of this 2 years nonsense, okay? But bearing in mind, if you did get 2 years mentoring, one-on-one mentoring I'm talking about here, have you seen anybody do that? Does anybody give 2 years mentoring? No. Does anybody give lifetime mentoring? No way. No way. So, okay, get ready for the big reveal, guys. So the Diamond VIP package, all right? Oh, and of course the luxury resort in Spain. I've put Spain. We like Spain. And Paul's got a resort in Spain. Well, it's not his, but it's a resort that he goes to in Spain. And he keeps on telling me, I've forgotten the name of it. He keeps on telling me, he says, we're going to this resort. It's the Magaluf, yeah, Torremolinos. Come on. Okay. So he keeps on mentioning this, and I don't know, I can't recall the name of it, but that's where we're going. Okay, Paul? Where is it? Melia del Mar, right, okay. Never been there, but we'll be going soon. All right, and for that entire package, guys and girls, and full affiliate status to promote the live events, that is 25,000. Okay, 25,000. Now, you're getting 4 businesses in a box. 4. All right, you're getting unlimited mentoring. You're getting a nice holiday. All right, where we are going to mastermind like crazy. And we will build on these as well. So you've got the potential of 72 grand there. Yeah, you've got the, well, that's, I don't know, that's probably unlimited. I don't know. I'm not a big hype person. I don't do hype. All right, but I've used that system and I've done okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't need to work for my.com business anymore. Okay, I don't need to work for my.com business anymore. I do okay on a monthly basis, but why am I here? Why am I leaving my kids, yeah, for 4 days, for maybe once or twice a month? Because I see the vision in my.com business. Yeah, I see what's in that man's head. Okay, I see him clearing off for a week and then just popping up and going, oh my God, I've just discovered something else. All right. Okay, so that's why I'm with my.com business. Another marketer offered me 3 times what Paul was giving me last year. I said no. Okay, that's why I'm with my.com business. So you get all that for 25,000, and because once you're making all this money, what do you have to do with it? You have to protect it, don't you? You have to protect it. Who's the best person in the world to protect your money? He's flipping, sitting at the back there. Tony, are you going to throw anything in? Can you throw anything in?
Lifetime membership mentor.
What?
Lifetime.
Is that for staff as well?
Of course.
You know it
come
is.
on. All right. Nice one. Thanks, mate. Okay, so that's a Diamond VIP. I understand Okay, there's not everybody will go for that. And because of what's included, we can really only look at 2 people for that, guys, okay? And this is not a false scarcity thing. It's just, it does take us a lot. And there's a lot of mentoring as well, okay? So we've got that. So the next one down the line is the VIP. So the VIP, you can choose any 3 of the systems. And remember, we've got the Done For You Trader coming in after lunch. Don't eat too many carbs because you will have to keep awake, all right? Because it's great. You can set and forget. I'm not going to steal his thunder. It's a very, very good system. Okay, so again, you get all 3. You get Paul's system, you get the e-com, $100 a day. We need to get some figures on here, Paul. Okay, what's going to be achievable once this pro goes, because that'll really go. So you get the secret Facebook system as well. Done For You Trader. Now I've put here, look, 10% growth, potential 955 and 6 years. Just remember that, okay? Just remember that, because Paul's going to show you how you can get to that figure. Yeah, so you have the potential, okay? We can't guarantee anything because it's a trader, but you have the potential to get to nearly $1 million, to become nearly a millionaire in 6 years, all right? But I'll let Paul explain all that and give you the disclaimer that he needs to give. Okay, we have 1 year mentoring. We're not going to up that to 2, maybe.
Phil, I will still offer lifetime mentoring for VIPs.
Oh, will you?
Yeah.
Let me give you a round of applause. Thanks for it. Cheers, Tony. Thank you. Thanks very much. I appreciate that. Okay, so 1 year one-on-one mentoring instead of 6 months to all of those systems as well. And okay, with everything, you get the full affiliate status to promote the systems during live events. You can make some big commissions during the live events, guys and girls. You really can. So you can really boost the sales there. So the price of the VIP is $15,000, and that's for 3. Then we have the gold. The gold, it's the same, all right, but you get to pick any 2 of those. All right, but the big change there is the mentoring. We give them 6 months one-on-one mentoring for the gold package, okay? So the gold, again, you can pick any 2 of those, and you get 6 months one-on-one mentoring. And of course, the full affiliate stuff, and there's 10 grand. You sort of know where we're going here, don't you? What do you think silver's going to be, guys? 3? Okay, well, anyway, you get any one of those, and it's 5,000. Now it's 5,000. Now, with these packages, what we ask, if you're interested in any of those, please come and see us during lunch. Okay, please come and see us. And what we would always ask for is a down payment to secure it, and then we can work something out with you, okay? We're here to help you. We're not here to just flipping. We're not double glazing salesmen, all right? We're not here to just flipping fleece your credit card. So does that make sense, guys? Has anybody got any questions? Yeah, fire up.
The one-to-one mentoring, how's that done? Is it in-house, Skype?
It's over Skype. It's over Skype because we can share screens as well over Skype. And I often use GoToMeeting, okay, similar to GoToWebinar, but it's a lot more robust than Skype. You can record it, you can do all sorts. So whenever I give my mentoring, I always record it and say, there you go, Ray, there's a recording of the entire conversation. So you can just go through it. Does that make sense? Hi, Rod.
Yeah, okay, similar kind of question. From a mentoring point of view, I don't know what your take-up would normally be from an event like this. And obviously you're looking to run other events.
Yes,
So that's
yes, absolutely.
Kind of your business model now. One-on-one mentoring for 3 people from one course is going to be completely different to one-on-one mentoring for 3 people off 20 courses.
Yeah.
So from, how are we going to replicate you, Paul, and the rest of the team? Because there's going to come a point at which you're going to do more mentoring than you are actually going to be running the business. So
Yeah, when we get to that point, we no longer offer mentoring. It's as simple as that. Okay, we're not outsourcing it. I'm not going to outsource some mentoring to the Philippines. Okay, we are doing the mentoring, Rod. Okay, so when we get to a point where we feel it's getting too much, or it's going to be too difficult to fulfill, we no longer do one-on-one mentoring.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll change the packages.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Second question, if I may, is there are obviously day-to-day running costs on all the different packages.
Sure.
So it's a question to all of you guys, I guess. If someone were to go for the VIP package,
Okay.
okay, outside of the actual cost for
Sure.
the package, what would, on an average, to
I'll-
kind of hit the figures?
I'll go through them now. No
Just to
problem.
give you an idea of
No
what-
problem. I've got all the figures in my head, okay?
On that, Phil and Rod as well, I say this all the time, people get hung up on all the monthly fees and stuff like that. I always say, and this is proven in everything that we've showed you, and we can give you all the, all the proof, you've seen the proof on the on the live event page. If I were to give you, if you were to give me £1 and I give you £2 back, how would you keep doing? Would you keep doing that all the time? Of course you would. So yes, there's small monthly costs in all the different things, but the money that you'll be earning totally outweighs all that.
Well, fully appreciate that, but I'm looking at it purely from a business
Of
point of
course,
view,
yeah.
as a starter.
Of course.
100%. You need to know your figures. No, absolutely. And I'll go through the figures, yeah? And hopefully you know that we're transparent anyway.
yeah,
Okay? So brand new franchise funnel system. Running costs, $19.99 a month. Okay? And that's for your Aweber email autoresponder. You need that. Or you can use GetResponse if you've got all those types of things. But that's roughly about $19.99. You can get 30 days free, then it's $19.99, depending on the amount of email subscribers. If you've got a shed load over like 7,000, it goes to $69. But you don't mind paying $69 if you've got over 6,000, because you'll make that back on a monthly with those emails. So
$10 for a domain name.
Oh yeah, $10 for a domain name. Okay, everybody know what a domain name is? The www.mybusiness.com, yeah? All right, so that's $10 every year for a domain name. So you've got that, and then you've got advertising as well, okay? The advertising, we get advertising very, very cheap through solo ad providers and things. But like any business, you have to advertise, okay? So those are just running costs.
Phil, on that, we send the traffic to start with, because in effect they will be pro members.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So 100 clicks straight away to that. So the e-com franchise system as well, $79 a month. That's the platform I would recommend. You can drop down to $29, but to be quite honest, it's a waste of time because you get nothing for that. So $79 a month. That doesn't go to us. That goes to Shopify. Shopify charges that. Okay, and then they've got a couple of apps on top of that, and they can go from anything from $20 to $40. So that's probably a more expensive one. You're looking at about $100 a month on e-com franchise. $100 a month though, but we want to get to $100 a day in 60 days. So it's a bit of a no-brainer really. Secret Facebook system. Secret Facebook system, all right. You've obviously got your autoresponder because you build an email list, yeah? So again, $19.99 or whatever. And then you've got advertising. Advertising, $5 a day?
Well, yeah, I mean, just the screenshots that I shared before, the way that I trained and the way that I do the advertising, and I'll pass that on through the mentorship, is, we've got them down to 5 pence per page like or follower, which then means that obviously once we've got them as page likes and followers, we don't have to advertise again. So if you do the maths, like 5 pence per follower, just initially to get some followers on there, like for 100 it's a fiver, isn't it? If you narrow it down. Then once we've got them, we've had 16,000 page likes or followers from one post that we haven't spent a penny on advertising.
Absolutely. And guys, look, I just want to show you something very, very quick, and just something extra on this. Okay, if we just go to Facebook.com, okay, very quickly, because I don't want to be sidetracked too much. Okay, now I done something very similar to Paul there. I built a page, and I built a page for virtually nothing. Now, I was talking about $5 a day there. It's not actually $5 a day, is it, Paul? You start off with a couple of $5, and then it just starts to build and build and build. And then all of a sudden, the organic takes over. But anyway, what I was supposed to show you there is a site that I built. Here we go. And it's got nearly 400,000 likes on it. And to build that page of 400,000 likes, I think I paid about $300. About $300. Oh my God. Okay. There's the guy there. Can you see there? 358,000? All right. So we know a thing or two about Facebook, guys. All right. Now I'm just expecting Uncle Albert to pop up in a minute. All right. So that's my page there. You can see it's my page because we've got the insights, publishing tools, etc. All right. And if we scroll down, there we are, 358,000 likes. 108 this week. Do you think I'm advertising that page? I don't need to. I've got that many followers. I'm not advertising that page at all. So see what happens. You've got initial outlay for Facebook ads, but once your Facebook page grows, that's it. You never have to touch ads again. Does that make sense?
Phil, do you know where you've got to 250,000 likes? And you heard the guru say that you should be earning like £1 per. Is that for your email list, £1 per person?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not with Facebook likes. It really depends on how engaged your Facebook page is. If it's something like dogs, they're massively engaged. People spend more on their dogs sometimes than they do on themselves. Okay, with the likes of Enjoy Chester as well, hugely engaged because people are from the area, they love the area, they want to know about businesses, they want to know about competitions, massively engaged. Yeah. An accountant in Chester mightn't have the same sort of following. Yeah, if you know what I mean. No offense, accountants. All right. So has anybody else got any questions? We'll be available during lunch if you've got any questions, if you want to come up to see us, if you want to say, yep, I want to go for silver, gold, VIP, diamond, whatever. All right, but come and let us know, all right, because the mentoring, especially for the diamond, we've never done that before. We've never, ever done unlimited, never, okay? So that's available for today and today only. All right, guys? So thanks very much. So it's 1:15 now, Martin. We're sort of shot over a wee bit. Naughty boy. What time we're back here?
Come back here at 1:30.
1:30, 45 minutes. Okay, ladies and gents? And we're back in the hotel for lunch as well. Okay. Thank you. Thanks.